This NBA season had a lot of ups and downs for so many different players. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 NBA players who've been in a bit of a downturn this season and 3 NBA players who've really overachieved. I want to end this video on a high note, so let's start with the 3 who've seemed to take a step back. We gotta discuss the elephant in the room, and that is Jordan Poole. Last season, Jordan Poole was a role player who started just around half the games he played and came off the bench for the other half. This season, he's a fully fledged starter and was supposed to be one of, if not the primary scorer for the Washington Wizards, a team that was in desperate need of a combo guard 3-point specialist once they got rid of Bradley Beal. Who does that sound like? That sounds like Jordan Poole. With all that being said, which team do you think Jordan Poole averaged more points on? Well, whether it's surprising or not, Jordan Poole averaged 20.4 points per game as a role player on the Warriors, and as one of the primary players for the Wizards, as a starter, he's only been averaging 15.6 points per game. The issue is this is beyond a slight scoring slump. Jordan is averaging more fouls per game, less assists, became a worse free throw shooter, worse 3-point shooter, and overall field goal percentage has taken a dip. I can understand the drop in field goal percentage. He's on a new team, and defenses are looking for him and no longer looking for Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. He's much easier to double team, and it's much harder for him to find players who can create their own shot. So a lot of these stats are explainable. What is a little concerning, however, is his lack of field goal attempts. Or more specifically, he's no longer a spot-up 3-point shooter, the ball's not being fed towards him, he's no longer open like he was on the Warriors. I'm not suggesting that he should start chucking up random bad shots. We obviously would prefer quality over quantity, but he's not having either. For a time, there was an illusion that many people considered him a near all-star type player while he was on the Warriors. There were expectations that he was going to take a major leap in his career as a primary face of a new team as the primary scorer and ball handler. But I guess either Draymond Green really did a number on his court vision, or there simply aren't many baddies in the Capitol. Speaking of those Warriors, we gotta talk about Andrew Wiggins. Outside looking in, a 28-year-old should be in the peak of his prime as far as his NBA career is concerned. This should be the case with Andrew Wiggins. Just 2 seasons ago, he made his first All-Star team and averaged 17.2 points per game. Even last season, despite his injuries and games missed, while he was on the court, he did another solid 17.1 points per game. This season, however, it's a bit of night and day. Now, there have been reports that he did break his ribs, which is an injury that even the best of rehab can't really fix. Just time and the body repairing itself. So if this is the case, I will cut him some slack, but it doesn't change the fact that his performance has been dropping and he's been starting most of the games this season. So it's not like he's in a new role or new circumstance that he needs to adapt to. He's been playing over 27 minutes per game, which is not that far off from the 32 minutes per game he played last season. This season he's averaging 12.5 points per game, his lowest scoring average ever of his career. This is even lower than his rookie season where he pulled a 16.9 nice points per game. Everything else is down across the board as well. Blocks, steals, assists, rebounds, and shooting percentages, both 3-point and overall shooting. Again, this could all be injury related, but a slump is a slump. Hopefully he gets out of it and pulls through though. Some people may say that Josh Giddey has just a minor problem this season, but really, the way he's been playing, he's had both a minor problem and a major problem. Yet it's only his 3rd season, and he's only 21. I'm sure his off-the-court situation likely affected his play on the court. Positioning could also be a part of the equation. In his rookie season, he played small forward. In his 2nd season, he played power forward. In this season, he's on the backcourt for some reason as a shooting guard. And I get it, OKC does play quasi-positionless basketball, so he's kinda just a wing player, and giving his position a specific title rather than a role is a bit of word salad for this offensive system. But with that being said, what exactly is his role this season? He looks very clueless on the court, especially on the defensive end. Whatever the reason is for his slump, the fact is he's putting up just 11.5 points per game, which is worse than his rookie season and certainly worse than last season. He's averaging less steals, assists, rebounds, and shooting worse overall as well. One thing that has improved though is free throw shooting, and that increased by 10%, which is a considerable amount despite all the other statistical slumps. And now let's focus on the positive NBA stories of players stepping up their game this season and improving. I gotta start with one of the most surprising comebacks in recent memory. That, of course, is Dante Exum. Dante was a part of the 2014 draft, the same draft class as Andrew Wiggins. Dante went 5th overall, and he was even nicknamed the next Kobe. Most of his NBA career, though, was underperforming and underwhelming. For a top 5 pick, you can still consider him a bust. That doesn't make him a bad player or untalented, it's just for top 5 pick standards, he hasn't lived up to that yet, though he has greatly improved this season. And he has been out of the league, playing overseas for a number of years, but he returned this season to play in the NBA for the Dallas Mavericks. And while he is a role player, he's filled that role really well. He's having his best scoring season on limited minutes off the bench. He's giving this team 9.2 points per game on 19.7 minutes per game. To put that into perspective, he's averaged just around 6 points per game throughout his career, on far more minutes too. He's also been dishing out roughly 3 assists and 3 rebounds per game, which is great for a point guard off the bench. He's just 28 years old, so hopefully he has at least 3 to 5 really good seasons of playing at this level or better. While Dante Exum was nicknamed the next Kobe, let's talk about someone actually named Kobe. Though Kobe with a C, and that is Coby White. Kobe might just straight up win the most improved player this year. Last season, he started just 2 games and averaged 9.7 points per game. This season, he started every game he's played and put up 19.6 points per game. He's basically more than doubled his scoring average, while also nearly doubled his assist average, rebounding average, and improved his shooting percentage as well, which you would think would go down since he's taking more shots and the main focus on defenders to try and stop him. But despite all of that, we've seen major improvements across the board. And yes, the Bulls have been so-so at best this season, but they're technically in the playoff hunt with the play-in tournament, as they are the 9th seed as of this recording. If Kobe keeps this level of play and continues to improve, next year we could see him make an all-star team. Speaking of all-stars, let's talk about one. Donovan Mitchell. Yes, Donovan Mitchell is a world-class athlete and has been an all-star for nearly all of his career. Him having a great season this season is to be expected, but many people are overlooking the fact that the Cavaliers are the 2nd-seeded team in the Eastern Conference. More importantly, their last 20 games as of this recording, from January 3rd through February 20th, they've gone 18-2. That's a win percentage of 90%. This includes beating the Bucks twice, the Orlando Magic, and best of all, they beat the Pistons. The competition for MVP season will be tough, but Donovan Mitchell is a huge dark horse to win MVP. Again, he's a dark horse. To be critically honest, I don't think the media is going to give it to him, but he should be in the race, and I would like to see him win it, but again, he probably won't. This is his best scoring season at 28.4 points per game. He's averaging more steals, assists, blocks, rebounds, averaging less turnovers, despite playing roughly the same amount of minutes as last year. He's having a wonderful season, though there are still rumors that he might leave to be a New York Knick next season. I don't know if those are true. Honestly, though, if this team can pull a deep playoff run, why would he fix what's not broken? I would like to see him as a Cavalier for much longer. And the number one criticism of Donovan is this is regular season Donovan. He's always had amazing regular seasons. Come playoff time, Spider-Man seems to just be Peter Parker on the court. Will this be the case this season? I hope not, but who knows, truthfully. So here were 3 players underperforming and 3 players overperforming so far this regular season. Let me know who you think were some players who are also over or underperforming. Maybe we could do more videos like this in the future. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to dunk on that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on. I'm Rebound Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.